You're like, I want the pop.
I should have asked you that earlier. Are there any? No swear. No. Okay. I know.
Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome to the CONvergence Poetry Slam. Oh my gosh, you sounded like moderately excited, but I know us better here at the CONvergence Poetry Slam. Who's excited for tonight? Amazing. That is the energy we're going to attack the slam with tonight. Thank you all that are out in our audience. Thank you to those that are watching us on CONvergence TV. We're excited to have you joining us here today. This is, I believe, our 5th anniversary of doing slams at CONvergence. Yeah! I know, it's so exciting. Who's never been to a poetry slam before? Oh my gosh, so many of you. You've made a great life decision today. So we're here today, not just to listen to poetry and clap real dainty for poetry. We are here for a knockdown, drag-out, competitive poetry hour. Woo! I know, a winner will be crowned at the end of the show tonight, and they will take home, if you can believe it, eternal glory! Oh, you can put it on your resume for the rest of your life. What a way to I'm applying for this job. Tell me more, Poetry Slam champion. So we have some random poets out there in the audience. Who are they tonight? Anyone who wandered in and put their name in our cup. So I'm not going to take credit for anything that you see unless it's all awesome and you love it, and then I totally had everything to do with it. No, I didn't. We just have an open mic that's competitive tonight. So did anyone not get into this cup that thinks they were in this cup? Even if you signed up out there, you still got to put your name in this cup. Got everyone? Got everyone? Okay, wonderful. So poets, here's the deal. You have 3 minutes to do whatever you want in the name of poetry, probably nerdy, passionate poetry of some sort. 3 minutes of poetry you created when you get up on the stage. We're going to do 2 rounds tonight, so every poet will read 2 poems. So when you come up here, poets, please adjust the mic. You can do a little twister down here. Move it up and down. Stop it in front of your face and tighten it up. And please do that because we want everyone in this room to be able to hear you, and we want all those watching at home to be able to hear you. And so you'll come up here, you'll do your poem, you can use notes, you can use whatever is written on your phone or on your hand or whatever you want, that's totally fine. You can be freestyling, I don't know, I don't judge your art, but there are people that do. And so you're gonna come up here, you're gonna rock your stuff, and then you can go back to your seat. There are stairs over here. You can use the stand if you want. Feel free to adjust things, get settled before you start. But your time starts right when you start talking. So if you get up here and you're like, hey, this is what you need to know about my relationship with bunnies, that's fine. That is part of your 3 minutes though, okay? And your time ends when you stop talking, whatever it's about, then your time ends. You will get half a point off your score for every 10 seconds you go over 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I know it can add up real fast. So we'll be keeping track of those time penalties. Judges, you don't need to worry about that. I'll take care of that on my side. And audience, you're just gonna lose your mind cheer really hard for every poet because they're being brave and awesome, and I know this is some of their first time on stage, so we're just gonna be loving up on everyone tonight. Does that sound like a plan, audience? winner tonight. We can do that because we have 5 amazing audience judges. Judges, can you put your hand in the air so I can see where you're all at? Oh, they're all right there. Judges row, put your hands together for our judges tonight. Yeah. Let's see here. We have our judges. We have T. Aaron Cisco. We have Pat Harrigan. And Shannon Paul. Jenna Young. And Cole Zarar. Amazing. So judges, you have a really important job tonight. You are going to put numerical values on people's hearts and souls as they pour them out to you here this evening. Oh my gosh, you're so evil. Why? I know. So, judges, you're going to score everyone from 0 to 10. It's like the Olympics. You can use 1 decimal point. You can be like 7.6, 8.2, 9.4, that kind of thing. You'll just put your baseline score down for the first poet. And then the next one, just say, did I like it more or less, score higher or lower than that last poet. I will come up here at the end of each poem. You'll have just like 30 seconds or less to put your scores together. I will read them off. I will write them down. I will drop the high score just in case you're like, oh man, the love of my life just got up on stage. I must give them a 10. I'll drop the low score just in case the ex love of your life gets up on stage and you're like, 0. And we will add the 3 in the middle, so a perfect score tonight is a 30 for our poets. I did have somebody ask about content before. Anything goes tonight. I don't know what's going to happen. We're untethered, uncensored, all of the things. So just like get ready. So audience, I need you to participate in art. I know we're in Minnesota and that's a little bit scary. But this is what I'm going to ask from you, audience. Every poet that goes up here is going to start with all your love this evening. We're going to cheer so loud. We're going to get noise complaints from the panel next door. It's cool. Let's just go with it. And then you're going to cheer real loud when they come up. During a poem, if something's funny, you can laugh. Oh yeah, good. That was a good example. So I know sometimes we're scared because poetry is serious art. No, we can laugh at funny things, okay? If something's like really beautiful and you want to like award that, you can give it like a little poet snap. You want to practice that or a little poet snap? Ooh. 2 people are just looking at each other like, never, ever am I poet snapping. That's fine. You do you. And then if you're like just really just like moved, I know this is a big one. You might just do the poet. Yeah, try it. Okay, so the audience is just gently murring at you. That's really hot shit right there. Okay. So also if you hear something homophobic, racist, transphobic, all those things, yeah, you let them, like give them the hiss. Yes. So let's practice our hiss. Okay. Yeah, you can let them know that you don't appreciate that. And that's totally fine. So judges, do you feel good that you know what's about to happen? Yes, I have faith in you. Audience, do you feel good that you know what's about to happen? Okay, so there's one thing, audience. The judges think they have like all the power with these scorecards. They don't. Audience, it's your job to sway the judges as hard as you can during this epic meltdown of poetry tonight. If you love that poem and it got a great high score, audience, what are you gonna do? Oh my gosh, you're gonna sound like a little happy but mostly sad. Let's try it again. If you love that poem and it got a great high score, what are you gonna do? All right, and if you love that poem and you think it's scored way too low, what are you gonna do? Boo. Oh, you tell them. Yes, yeah. So audience, sway the judges as hard as you can. Judges, do not be swayed by the audience. You have the markers, you have the whiteboards. What do they care? What if they don't matter at all? Audience, sway the judges. Oh, it's gonna get epic. It's gonna get epic. So who wants to know the order our poets are gonna perform in tonight? Yes, please. Okay. Going first, we're gonna have Sarah McPack. Don't be running up here yet, though. Then we're gonna have Kat, and then we're going to have Allison, and then we're going to have Rhea, and finally, let's see here, we got a couple more in here. We're gonna have EJ, and then we're gonna have Ada. So, good plan, everyone. If you have your cell phones on, please flip them into a mode where it won't go off during Feel free if you get thirsty, remember to hydrate. It's a long con and we have a long time to go. There's water stations out there, the bathrooms are out those doors and around the corner. And before we actually get started, we need to pour some sacrificial poet blood on the stage. I know. We're gonna have a sacrificial storyteller who's not actually in the competition, but she is going to come up here, do a poem, and judges, you will score it as if they are in the competition, so that we can work out any problems in your scoring systems before you break somebody's heart and soul, okay? All right, so put your hands together for our sacrificial post tonight, Cole Sarah!
Life hits me like a fish hook, caught in heart or jaw. I find myself gaping for oxygen, grasping for some slick purchase when the floor falls from beneath me. And you might not believe it, but I pray. And when I pray out to the heavens or to deep inside of something deep inside of all of us. But not to your heavens, and not to the thing you think you're praying to inside of you. Our mitochondria, who art in cytoplasm, hallowed be thy electron transport chain. Adenine diphosphate come, adenine triphosphate be done, in eukaryotes, as it were in bacterium. And give us this cycle, our extra electron, but deliver us from free oxygen radicals. For thine is the circular genome, and the phospholipid bilayer, and the maternal lineage, forever and ever. Amen. I find comfort in the history of our cells. We are the ticks of humankind's second hand, not just the blood in our veins, but the veins themselves. Every hair, every tooth, every nail, like your mother's smile on the faded black and white photograph of your great-great-grandmother, and in your mirror in reverse. We are what lives inside us. We are what feeds and fuels us. Here in my cells is an ancient bacteria, older than man, older than dinosaur. She swims in our cells, recharging our cellular batteries, asking us only for some tea, some red wine, and orange, to protect herself from unbalanced molecules. In giving our cells the energy they need, she pulls a stolen electron down the assembly line of the transport chain and endangers herself to the wrath of wronged molecules, hungry for any electron to fill their postpartum panic. Give them a lemon to suck. Any antioxidant will smooth their scramble like stones in the bottom of a river, shield mitochondria's bared DNA. She guards the secrets of aging and is a tiny reminder of how we are all linked. And when I'm feeling feverish and unwanted, the place in my arms, too many years empty. The place in my lips, too many years hollow. An ocean fish caught in some high tide puddle. I remember mitochondria, and I'm heartened to think that there is something so constant, shared in almost every plant and animal. Every feather, every leaf, every scale, a marriage between cell and bacteria that has withstood millions of years. I murmur oxidative phosphorylation and relax, like letting prayer beads spread the muscles between my shoulder blades. Holy, holy bacteria. I memorize her enzymes. I feed her oranges and clementines. I think of these antioxidant shields, gold coins, to push away the boatmen. Thank you.
Keep it going for Cole! Yay! time you have all night long to do some scoring. And so get those scores written down. And 3, 2, 1. Let's see what you got. All right, I have a 5. Oh, an 8.6, a 9, and a 9, and Cole gives herself a 10. I think that's healthy self-esteem. I support that. Yes, I got you, Pat. You're all good. So wonderful. Thank you, judges. And with that, the judges did their thing. The poet did their thing. And now, are we ready to kick off this actual slam? Stage, Sarah!
So I'm a comedian by trade. Allison asked me to write some poetry, so this is what you're getting. All right. All right. To the last woman who broke my heart and random animal facts. Fuck you. I can't believe that you just nonchalantly text me. I'm thinking of coming back after you sent me a picture of your bountiful rack. And just assumed I'd want to take a look, like I hadn't already read all the chapters of this scary, fucked up book. Slugs have 4 noses, and I have 10 toeses, and you haven't even sent me roses. For putting up with all your lameness, both in and out of the sack. That's right, Mac, I'm calling you out. So now is when you would typically pout. You're a greedy little tart. And by the way, kangaroos can't fart. But yours, they kind of fly out like a dart. All night long, as if singing a song. And forgive me for saying, but some of those notes could be very, very long. A flamingo's head has to be upside down when it eats. And just like you and your allergies to everything in the goddamn world, sometimes eating can be quite a feat. Unless it was sometimes, and if sometimes you wanted it bad enough, you would, you could, you suppose, just this one time, cheat. Dolphins sleep with one eye open at all times. So I guess I'm left to surmise that when I was out spending my money on your gluten-free pies, while I was shopping for allergy-free tampons, dairy-free cheese, and no damage hair ties, you were sitting back composing hella lies. The mantis shrimp has the world's fastest punch. You said, let's take a break before we even thought about lunch. Just a good morning, how did you sleep? I slept fine. I didn't even make a peep. I've only ever wanted your heart to keep. You said you loved me. I said I love you too. Was it because I didn't shut the door when I poo? Claustrophobic. But enough about me, this poem is about you. Did you know a grizzly bear's bite is strong enough to crush a bowling ball or two? You said let's take a break. For heaven's sake, let's not make it a thing. I'm going to keep the ring. I mean, who knows what tomorrow will bring. Humpback whales use bubbles to hunt. I'm sorry you turned out to be a massive cunt. Was the Valentine I wanted to send to you, but instead Roses are red, the ocean is blue, you fuck like a starfish. I hated having sex with you. And now you say, like it's no skin off your back, like I haven't cried myself to sleep, like I still don't wrap myself up in your t-shirt, like I don't have gluten-free pancakes every Sunday because you left all your nasty food here. You say, I miss you. I'm thinking of coming back. And I want to text back. Really, that'd be great. I miss you. Let's pick a date. But then my best friend's voice comes in and she says, did you know alligators will let manatees swim ahead of them? And I text back, I guess I'm glad you got out when you did. Super glad you did it before we adopted a kid. You say you miss me, but that's not enough. You basically left my emotions on read and ran off just as soon as you did the deed. Yeah, I called you a crocodile, and you said, a crocodile, what's that all about? Just the fact that a crocodile cannot stick their tongue out. Thank you, everybody.
Keep it going for Sarah! Alright, I have so many questions about kangaroos not farting. Oh gosh, I know, right? That's gonna keep me busy for the rest of the night. Alright, judges, let's see those scores. Excellent. Alright, we have a 6.7, an 8.2, an 8.8, a 9, and a 9.2. Give it up for Sarah. And keep it going as we welcome our next poet to the stage, Kat.
Sometimes I just like a word so much I have to say it again. So, okay. Sometimes the illusion breaks, flickers at the edges. The light isn't quite bright, the shadows brighten all the wrong ways. Like the dioramas they used to have you make in school, where the layers of 2 dimensions fail to ever create a third. It's then that she knows that the attention to detail makes all the difference, and this reality is lacking in it. It's false, it's fake. Trying, but neither too hard nor hard enough. When the dreams are technicolor and deep and pull at the heartstrings and make you feel if this so-called reality only numbs, which is the truth? Which is the place you should devote your attention to? Which is the place where you should exist? Dreams crumble, but reality remains, except for when it flickers at the edges.
Oh my gosh. Alright, judges. Dun, 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 doing your thing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow, I like you all in a row. It's kind of like epic. You seem more important than you are. No sauce from the stage. Alright, we have a 6.2, a 7.1, a 7.4, a 7.7, and an 8.6. Give it up for the poet! And keep it going as we welcome to the stage, Allison Johnson!
Thank you, Allison. Richard calls me. This is the same Richard whose name isn't Richard, but who has been called this in my writing before. I'm leaving the bathroom before I go in to see my therapist, washing my hands, and tell him where I am. You just saw me yesterday, and you're already at your therapist? He's incredulous. There is no tell. Obviously, he's joking. I inform him it's not about him. Everything is not about him. Gotta go, I say. The therapist watches me hang up the phone as I walk in the room. I set down my stuff. We walk out of the room, and head to an exam room. I throw my shoes off, slide off my necklace, my bracelet. These are clothed weights. I step on the scale. She writes the number down. Back in her office, she asks me what I think the number is. I tell her what I always tell her, which is I have no idea. There are 3 answers: increase, decrease, and the same. And I know that whichever one I guess, and she will make me guess one, I will be wrong. We know only that I don't know. She tells me to choose like she always does. She wants me to say what I think. I know that day I wasn't any more right than any of the other days. But later that fall, I got the right answer when I was seeing the doctor. And being right in that context was every sort of self-confidence. Thank you.
Keep it going for Allison. Now keep it going for Allison the poet, not this Allison. No, I'm just kidding. All right, judges. Let's see those scores. I have a 6.3, an 8.2, an 8.3, an 8.7, and an 8.7! Is this anyone's first show at Wordslinger's Way today? A bunch of you? Okay. I'm going to tell you, you can come back here at 10 o'clock tonight where we have story time. We're going to have some naughty things happening on stage. It won't be recorded. Anything can happen. All right, let's keep on going as we welcome to the stage Ria!
Poem written just before this battle. I must confess, I don't have any nerdy poems. All my real poems are written like someone who fucks. Everything else is speculative fiction, fandom benediction, unlicensed penchant for unmetered dactylic fruition. Never you mind the ratio. I have nothing to say about remixes of Nickelodeon all-stars like Stephen Course Universe, or on late nights pondering pink floating whales. Ooh, what do you want? Insert name here. Smash Brothers like Link and Zelda Hyrule. Like, blink, the blood moon, blink. Blink, open your eyes, Link, blink. Why have you been playing boom band golf for 2 straight canonical weeks? Blink. You see, we are all poets who contain multitudes, so there is no reason or need to dissemble. I need you all to look around the room and realize, nerdy, it's just normal.
Thanks so much, Ria. Keep it going for the poet. Judges, let's see those scores. I have a 6.3, a 7.5, an 8.5, an 8.9, and a 9.1 for Ria! Oh my gosh, I love it. I love that about CONvergence, right? There's something for everyone here. I was scared to come for a bunch of years. I know. Isn't that sad? I used to come just to the poetry slam and then I would run away because I didn't know like how to interact. And then I was like, no, I'm gonna try this. And now look, I'm like running a department. It's like funny how that happens. Oh, I know, I love it. I did a board gaming panel earlier today. I was on my first ever panel. Oh my gosh, I was so excited about it. So check out any panels coming up. It'll be wonderful. Check out performances. Try something new. Like just pop into a room and see what's going on. All right, we're gonna keep on keeping on as we welcome to the stage EJ.
A series of responses to transphobic questions. Answered by sharks on the Sci-Fi Channel. A man shouts, "Are you a boy or a girl?" Sharktopus is neither a shark nor an octopus, but some entirely different thing. He asks what's in my pants, and 8 octopus legs burst forth. Not tentacles. If I had tentacles, I'd be a shark squid. Do not pretend you know this body better than me. I've swallowed a dozen marine biologists before you who thought they could make this body theirs. A woman says it's hard for her when a trans person changes their name and pronouns. I remind her the Sci-Fi Channel has changed its name 3 times already, and nobody cared. A man says there are too many genders now to keep track of. The movie Two-Headed Shark Attack came out in 2012 and already has 4 sequels. 3-headed shark attack, 4-headed shark attack, 5-headed shark attack, and guess what? 6-headed shark attack. He says there are only 2 genders. He says my gender is in my pants, so I whip out a bouquet of shark heads. A woman says I should choose one gender to present as boy or girl. I just watched a movie about sharks who swim through sand called Sand Sharks, and a movie about sharks who swim through snow called, guess what? Snow Sharks. Do not tell me how my body should move through this world. I am a trans femme shark. I do not follow your laws of physics. Watch me grow and shrink myself when it suits my needs, or when the studio can't afford the CGI anymore. like how I can't afford health insurance anymore, or food. Watch me hunger, shrink, and be called a monster. A mother shouts predator when she sees my Adam's apple shark fin out of the water. On average, 8 people are killed by unprovoked shark attacks a year. On average, 3 sharks are killed by people every second. What is a trans femme if not a hunted thing? What is a trans femme if not blood in the water? A feeding frenzy of fishhook men looking to sink their teeth into my cheek. I am a ghost shark, which means my body can appear anywhere it's not wanted. Watch my dead body burst forth from every pipe and slip and slide in glass of water, take up so much space I split a man's mouth in 2. I am the reason cis people say they're scared of the water, all the disgust swimming in their veins. 3 years ago, a man came into my house and rammed a harpoon into me and smiled. Isn't it just like a man to kill with a smile on his face? Isn't it just like a trans femme to die on screen to a cheering crowd?
And then I have a 10, a 10, a 10, a 10. Oh my gosh, how do I marry a 7-headed shark pant situation? I want in on that. Everyone's just picturing it in their heads right now, aren't they? Magical. Okay, we can come to Slash story time and hear more about it later. Okay, and we're gonna keep on going and round off this round by welcoming to the stage Ada!
I'll never forget the time a boy asked me if I liked comics. He stared deep into my eyes while we sat across from each other in a summer camp cafeteria, our campers causing chaos, food and dishes everywhere, spilled Kool-Aid and beads from yesterday's craft cascading across the floor, waiting like my answer was about to define everything from that moment on. And when I said yes, and then listed my favorite comedians, it wasn't exactly the answer he had in mind. So this is dedicated to him. Dear Dave, the evangelical Christian boy from camp who was too scared to kiss me that one time. Looking back, it was never meant to be. I wanted to dive deep into SNL references, uncover the mysteries behind Little Pete's petunia tattoo, and unpack how bizarre that choice was, but also how kind of perfect it was. To really get into the trauma Zeke the plumber caused an entire generation. Also, let's not forget that what MTV's True Life introduced us to at a very precious young age. Like the guy with the calf implants who had his dad shave his ass, and then the Barbie and Ken plastic surgery couple, and also all the thruples who never really had a chance, but we really rooted for them anyways. What to all of the cousins and younger siblings from all of those CVG-TV shows that just kind of disappeared before the second season. In real life, do they really get together? Are they friends? I hope they're friends. But alas, you weren't allowed to watch TV without fears of the devil coming to get you. And honestly, all I ever did in my free time was watch a lot of TV. We tried to chat about VeggieTales, but Bob, Larry, Madam Blueberry, and the rest of the crew didn't really have the same kind of level of intrigue. Just a lot of wholesome vegetables, catchy songs, and a godly computer telling you a lesson for the day. Not quite the same. Q really, really loved Batman, and one time I had to do a jazz dance to Bat Dance. You loved to follow all the rules, and I was obsessed with road rules. You went to every single Ren Fair, and I went to every single Lilith Fair. Anyways, Dave, the evangelical Christian boy from camp who was too scared to kiss me that one time, I hope you're doing well. I hope you found your comic book companion, and if not, I hope you're still out there looking for them. Probably not here though, feels a little too heathen friendly for you, but somewhere out there, I hope you're happy.
Oh my gosh, you had fun during the first round. I have a 6.6, an 8.6, a 7.9, an 8.6, and a 9.2. Give it up for the poet. And give it up for all the poems we just saw in the first round. All right, we're going to do a little commercial for you. Well, not really. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to ask the judges. They're like, what now? Could you put on a commercial skit for us? No. I'm going to give you this microphone. Let's see, is this working? I would just like you all to tell us what you have coming up at CONvergence, just a thing or two. You don't need to give us your 40-person list, unless you want to. But just plug something you're excited for. If you want to come up one at a time. Cole, you seem ready for this. All right.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm kind of spacey. I work over in Space Lounge. Come visit us. We have teen time from now until 9 p.m. So please join us if you're a teen. If you're not, you have to stay out until 9 p.m.
What is Space Lounge, Cole?
Space Lounge is a place to hang out. It's a CONvergence space. It's just down the hall, at the end of the hall, right before the bathrooms. We have comfy furniture, we have great music, we have amazing decor, and we have a sensory bar. There's a photo booth, so you can like get black light photos and you can put makeup on.
Yay!
I'm also
doing
the Folktales for Adults tomorrow.
What?
Here.
Guess who else is doing it?
Who?
Me!
Yay! But that's it. Also come say hi. I like people.
Yay! Wonderful. Thank you, Cole.
Hi, I'm Pat Harrigan, a local writer in Blowhard, and I'll be signing books in wherever the book signing place is tomorrow from 2 to 3:30 if anybody wants to drop by and say hello.
What kind of books do you have?
Why, thank you for asking.
You're
Alice.
welcome.
I have a detective novel, I have 2 collections of spoken word pieces, and I have a few books that I've edited on books, games, new media, war games, and things like that. So those will all be available tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I'll also be back here at 10 p.m. doing Tales from the Multiverse of Radness.
Yay!
Philip Vanello, and I'm not quite sure who else.
Yes, that's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night at 10
Yes.
o'clock.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you. Yay! Don't be shy, everyone. Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shannon. Normally, I'm a comedian, but I'm doing nothing comedy related here other than just clowning people. But Sunday, I'm going to be part of the You Don't Know Jack panel, so you can watch a bunch of us nerds play You Don't Know Jack. And then right after that, I'm moderating the dating advice from a Disney princess panel. So you can see both of those. We're on floor 2 on Sunday, starting at 2 o'clock and then at 3:30.
Awesome. Oh, look, they're like, everyone's like, what am I doing? And writing it down. Oh gosh. Everyone, oh man, it's like a race. It's a race to who can be last. Okay. All right, Jenna.
I'm doing
Jenna, you can do it.
I can do it. I needed to write times down because I'm really bad at numbers. So yeah, I'm Jenny Young, and I will be here for 3 shows tomorrow.
What? They think that's hilarious next door.
Thank you. So at 11 a.m., I'm going to be here for the reboot. You want to come? And it's going to be me, Katherine Hansen, and Philip Andrew Bennett Lloyd, I think. And we're going to be telling some short stories. We don't have a thing. It's just going to be a thing. It'll be fun. It'll be great. And then at 3:30 p.m., I will be doing Concept of Anxiety with Philip Andrew Bennett Lowe. It's a bit more of a spoken word, flowy, weird kind of thing. And if you like weird existential stuff, this is going to be right up your alley.
Who doesn't love that?
Right?
Yeah.
And then at 8:30 p.m., I am producing Glasses and Spectacles.
Okay.
I am so excited for this. This is my premiere for this show. I'm kind of testing it here with awesome, wonderful people like you. We're going to have storytellers come up and try to tell stories while performing challenges. So, can you tell a story while standing on one foot?
No.
Can you tell a story while playing Jenga?
Yes.
Can you tell a story while solving an algebra equation?
Maybe.
I'm also going to have them reading stories with the words complete, like mirror flipped or swirly text or all sorts. It's going to be so much fun. And it is a competition that I get to determine at will, whatever I want, and the winner gets to tell a story uninterrupted and without challenge. So, please come see this. It's my first time. I'm really excited for it. I'm nervous nobody's going to be there. You don't have to help my nerves, but I'd appreciate it.
Yay! Awesome. Thank you, Jenna. And last but not least, are you still writing down your schedule? I know, I was like, it just like keeps going and going and going.
I forgot my dance belt. I want to keep this a little TG. I mean, not little TG. Not TG. No, that's an unfair stereotype. Not 10, unless we're using the metric system. Hi, everybody. My name is T. Aaron Siska. I write stories about weird things. In fact, actually, because Shannon told me to, usually I don't like to do this, because have you seen Miss Shannon's comedy? Amazing. I don't know the other judges, but they're fucking awesome too. Really cool. Yeah. How about a round of applause for Allison? Yeah. This is what we call in the business, stalling for time. I can't sell my books. But speaking of which, for stuff that I own a bunch of panels, I'm on 14 this year, so nice and low category. But tomorrow, one of the cooler panels is full color fantasy. Yeah, doing some readings from some of my works, which I did a fantasy book this recent time. It did pretty well. So I'm going to read about that, and there's not a lot of non-colored people in it. So there's actually not a lot of colored people in this room. So come get some color in your fantasy, and I'll also be reading from my book that I just released this Tuesday. It's the number 3 in the serial, because I grew up reading sci-fi serials. Not like Fruit Loops, but like serialized thingies called Big Ass Aliens. It's about big ass aliens. And right now, it was the 3rd book on Tuesday, and right now of Amazon's top 100 science fiction, blah blah blah. In the top 5. So super great.
What?
Yeah,
amazing.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yep. Here we go.
Okay. Are you ready to pose for pictures with people afterwards? Okay. Awesome. All right. Give it up for all of our judges. Amazing. What a great commercial moment that was for all of us. And I will also plug right after this, I'm sitting on a panel about 3D printing. I know, what? I don't know anything about it. Anything can happen. I'm moderating it. They put me on the panel, and I was very clear I know nothing about 3D printing, and they're like, okay, do you want to moderate? And I was like, yes. And then I will be back in this room at 10 p.m. for Slash Storytime, along with some of the poets you've seen here will be joining us too for some naughty tales in the multiverse or wherever. And tomorrow, folk tales for adults right here in this room, and all the other Wordslinger stuff. It's just super fun. It's super fun to co-head this department and bring you all this entertainment throughout CONvergence. All right, enough of our commercial break. Are we ready for round 2? You know what, honestly, I'm gonna give it a solid B+, but let's do A+ level excitement. Who's excited for round 2? We're gonna go in reverse order, so the order will be Ada, followed by EJ, Rhea, Allison, Kat, and Sarah. And put your hands together as we welcome back to the stage, Ada!
All right, I'm about to do what nobody's asked for. A deep dive into the show Passions.
Yes!
So Passions was a soap opera that aired between 1999 and 2007 during some prime stay-at-home from school hours. And this show had it all. It did. In case you aren't familiar, Passions centered around 3 families, the Cranes, the Russells, and the Bennetts, in a town of Harmony somewhere in New England, doesn't really matter. There was also a town witch named Tabitha, who had this doll that would come to life named Timmy.
Oh, yes.
And the actor won a lot of awards for this role, which is very incredible. It also introduced us to the very attractive Jessie Metcalf, who you might remember from the incredible film John Tucker Must Die, and also Desperate Housewives. If you're unfamiliar with any of this, if you're like, what is she talking about, please look it up. Give yourself this treat later tonight. It will not disappoint you. So anyways, when I say this show had it all, I really, really mean it. There was a storyline where one of the matriarchs had a one-sided phone call with Princess Diana right before her tragic death. And then seasons later, she gets into a boat accident, gets amnesia, and then starts calling herself Diana. The show was always trying to do outlandish and offensive things to create controversies, kind of to distract from how bad it was. There was this other time that they added an orangutan that they named Precious to portray a non-speaking live-in nurse for an elderly character. And then Precious falls in love with a human man. This was on TV, during the day, for 9 years. My favorite piece of trivia about this show is that they tried to submit Precious for an award, and the Academy, or whatever it was called, had to release an official statement about why they couldn't accept an animal actor for a non-speaking role for an award. That's real. And yes, I did find all of this on Wikipedia, and I had to reference it because the best part about Passions was that you never needed to watch this show in order. It was on, you dropped into it, there was some commercial about medical devices, and then you moved on to a Best Week Ever marathon, and that's just how it went. My favorite note, in addition to the other one about the award about this, was that the demo for this show was girls ages 12 to 17.
What?
Accurate, because 12 to 17-year-old girls live for some dramatic shit, and Passions brought it every single time. And now this is when it starts to get a little bit sad, because Josh Ryan Evans, the actor who portrayed Timmy, the doll that was also a boy sometimes, sadly died while he was on medical leave at the same time that the show was airing scenes of that character, Timmy, dying in a hospital. And they had plans to revive him as an angel character, but clearly that didn't really work out. And then again, not too long after that, there was this other character who had a plotline where everyone was out to get him, trying to kill him, and then right as he's about to die, Tabitha, the witch in the town, magically revives him, while at the same time, the real-life actor sadly drowned in his pool on Thanksgiving Day, all airing at the exact same time, which is incredibly tragic, but also sounds exactly like something the show Passions would do. I don't know how Passions ended in 2007. I don't really think it matters, but if I can leave you with anything, is that this show is a treat and something to watch, and also the theme song was an underrated hit. Incredible. I plan to play a little bit of it and lip sync. I will save you from that, but please look it up, and especially the chorus, because it ends with "You are my passion for life." So if you're looking for poetic words, I can't think of anything better than that.
Keep it going for Ada! Oh my gosh. Why are we having a teen-based show in the middle of the school day? Like, that's so weird. Just hashtag justice for Precious. Amazing. Okay, I have a 6.2, a 7.1, an 8.1, an 8.3, and then of course a 9.8 right there. Team Tabitha, Passion Your Life. Oh yeah, that you know, like our nerdums aren't for everyone, but when they hit solid. Awesome. I love that. Oh my gosh. I love that I just love so much. I'm just pondering this and kangaroo farts. That's what I'm taking away from this time altogether. Okay, we're gonna keep on moving. Make a bunch of noise as we welcome back to the stage, EJ!
Chronic pain and panic attack after the Disney movie Hercules. Hades, Lord of the Dead! I know we failed you before, but that's because our talents were not being utilized to their fullest extent. If you want to kill the son of Zeus, it must be slow. Wake him screaming in the moonlight, remembering every person you couldn't save. Visit him each morning. Sit on his chest. Tear the breath from his lungs, pluck the ligament from the bone, dislodge the cartilage, make every movement a curse. We were not made to kill a god instantly. We are a chronic existence, an everlasting pain and panic. Watch us dig our claws into his spine, brainstem, curl our fingers like vines, bury our roots into his back. Knees, every joint that keeps him standing. We are an invasive species, a growing fingernail into the gray matter, the skull bloom, the blazing worry, a small knife between the vertebrae, a bright light behind the eyes. He won't be able to sleep or eat or work or fuck or even exist without remembering us. Hades, keep your gorgons and minotaurs. Hades, see, he was built a mountain. But all it will take is a stream sluicing down his skin to make him crumble. We make every day a hell on earth to break him. Every movement, every thought, Greek fire he cannot quench. Each night he will think of death more and more as a release until finally he does what only a god can do. Hades, if we cannot kill a god, we just make him kill himself.
See about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, dun, 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 and 5. Meg is the best princess. Is that her D+ princess? Okay, yeah, all right, I see. I have a 7, an 8.7, a 9.4, a 9.6, and a 10. And let's keep it going as we welcome to the stage, Rhea.
To the several shameless cumulative hours of searching for Botwa 2 after the debut of Short Hair Zelda. It's called Drafts and Never Blueprints. And you know that feeling when you really want to go to sleep, but first you need to get some work done? The feeling that you're dreaming but you need to get some sleep done? In the frigid waters of fate, I'm drifting less than drafting, struggling in cold stone nets in the pollution of prophecy. Left to my own devices, I fritter and fluster, Father always said, whereas you're insight, you're intuitive. I'm always checking where we've gone by the slant of the sun on your shoulders, this 20-second glance to check that the world keeps moving. So I hate that you'll go on. I know we'll go on. It's a sign, starting at an arch 90 degrees, but coming to wonder what angle might complement yours as our operative should posits edition. And we can be positive, and, well, let no one sniff that I failed to acknowledge my failures. Actually, this imperative support you is just the need to acknowledge this near complete compromise These shy supplements to these British origins now approaching 180 degrees. You've seen me through swimming on my own, respected my clawing for air. If you would lean on me too, don't just come with me. Please go along, let's journey. Restless crickets, wandering songs, hills and secrets in the open breezy spaces. It's a sign of theta. Moving along the suggestion of a precipice here in the dewy weeds. Local waves moving our local hearts. These little jitters shaking the earth itself. I'm daring myself to ask us, what can we find here, lying in the grass?
Scores. I have a 6.5, an 8.7, an 8.9, a 9.2, and a 9.8. Give it up for the poets. And make a bunch of noise as we welcome back our next poet, Allison Berkman Johnson.
I wrote this poem 100 million years ago when I was in my 20s, and it's about something from May of 1998. If it's just us. In Mr. Saul's math class, Jess and I had our desks together after finishing our homework. We were playing gin rummy, and Jess shuffled. She said, "I want to go camping." And I said, "Only if it's just us." I was so tired of the clique we'd made of new girls for camouflage. She said if we got firewood from the neighbors, they'd come visit us at the campground. So fed up with dragging these girls with us, I said I didn't care. Late that night at the lake, when they did come, our classmate, Ryan, told us that Playboy said girls should fool around together so they would know what they liked when they started having sex with boys. After they left, lying with Jess in the tent, I could feel myself spinning away. We were in her family's old-fashioned 10-person tent, gathered near one edge. We were talking over the day. I said I wish Ryan hadn't come by. "He doesn't know," she said, moving her hands across my back. "I know," I said. I thought he didn't know, but his suggestion had shaken me just the same. What would happen to us if someone did know? Being in that tent was so easy. Driving in cars and smoking in the rain was so easy. Conversations over and over and over about what our future was frustrating, but it was covering our relationship up, hiding it because of all of my fears, both real and imaginary. That was hard.
An 8.8, a 9, a 9.2, and a 9.7. Give it up for the poet. Yeah. Awesome. And make a bunch of noise as we welcome our next poet back to stage, Kat.
Growing up, I was told to never get a tattoo. They were for disreputable people, you see. Well, them and sailors. No, they gave me a mindset that the professional people did not have them at all, whatsoever. Tough guys and the occasional artist, that's it. Needless to say, my mother freaked when she saw the small tattoo on my shoulder. then freaked again years later when she saw it again because she had forgotten about it, because apparently a paw print is far too horrific and must be blocked from memory. When I started my professional career, there was no ink in sight. This solidified my belief that tattoos just weren't acceptable, and I was careful not to wear things that might show mine. Until one day when my manager pushed up his sleeves just a little more than usual, I relieved it, revealed a half sleeve, the design span from his shoulder to just above his elbow. I must have looked surprised, because he turned to me and said, "You know, like half the upper management is inked, right?" Turns out our dress code just covered them most of the time. This whole expectation that you can't make it at a real job is completely false. Promoted by people who never found a piece of art that was so them that they exclaimed, "Yes, this is me. I want to keep it with me always." The fact that we are seeing more and more tattoos on athletes and actors, that should tell you that. Take a closer look in office buildings, and you'll see hints poking out of starched white cotton as well. I still fight my own internal bias when I see younger people completely slathered in ink, but it's getting easier. They are expressing themselves, and that is beautiful. True, some jobs might tell them to turn to expression of their own knowledge. Maybe offer them a cardigan. But that's a choice that they can make, a choice that is theirs and theirs alone, and absolutely no one should tell them otherwise.
Big one for cats! I love the idea of some like little manager carrying a cardigan around and being like, "You just put this on for the next half hour, you're offending my senses." Alright, we have a 6.4, and then jump up to an 8.5, an 8.8, an 8.9, and an 8.9! Awesome! And we're gonna wrap up this round by welcoming back to the stage one more time, Sarah!
Keep clapping. You guys are amazing. That's
No, you.
Thank you. All of us are amazing. This is a really short poem, so I can just chat it up. Hope y'all are having a great con. This is my first time. And I do have to say, because I can't say it enough, that I fucking beat cancer this year. I sure did. And it was amazing. And I love every little bit of this curly hair that I got coming back. Okay, now let's get on to the poetry. I love you like you are a triple letter and a triple word score. I love you as if you were a Q and a Z. 20 points, my little Scrabble QT. Let's Netflix and chill. I'll make you a charcuterie with salami, cheese, and dill. We can watch reruns of Batman and Mr. Bill. You won't need a gold lasso to get the truth out of me. I've got nothing to hide. I'm really just like the giving tree. So grab on, baby, don't let go. Sooner or later, we will find that skip bow. And start where the slate is clean, a real dynamic duo, lesbian dream team. Wonder Woman and Poison Ivy, a real team of might. Let's love in the morning and pass out at night. And if you would like to hear the adult version of this, come to the show at 10:30. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Okay.
All right, keep it going for Sarah! And a 6.5, an 8.7, an 8.8, an 8.9, and hashtag lesbian dream team, hashtag Wonder Woman 9.6. Keep it going for the poet. awkwardly watch me do math on my fingers in front of all of you who had fun here tonight. Yes, me too. Oh my gosh, while doing this, like practicing for your show tomorrow. Oh, no, I can't. I will just, for folktales for adults tomorrow, I'll give you a little teaser. Is anyone familiar with Baba Yaga? Yes, okay, so my story involves Baba Yaga going to a PR company and getting an update into an Instagram influencer and what sort of fame and fortune and advice she dishes out to the world. So you can come and see that tomorrow. It'll be fun. There will be all sorts of wild stuff. Okay, thank you everyone. Let's make a bunch of noise for our poets. Make a bunch of noise for our judges and all the wonderful work they did here tonight. And it is time to announce our winner who can stand up, wave, and receive all your glory forever and ever. Make a bunch of noise for Egypt! This night, aren't we all? So, con safely, con fun. If this is your first time, talk to people, see what they should go to, try something new, make some new friends, and have a good night, everyone. Thanks for coming to the Poetry Slam.